All right, everybody. I got to talk about this because this is actually a really big find in game. There isn't really any way for us to look into skills or stats and really see the breakdown of what they do. Somebody in the Discord asked Natasha here exactly what accuracy does. Now, this isn't the only screenshot that I got a little bit more information for you. So, stay tuned. But look, this is for the accuracy stat. Because what I was wondering, and I'm going to show you real quick here, and this is going to look a little wonky, but just 1 second. So when you go to your stats, okay, you go to your stats, and I'm leveling Star-Lord because I hate myself. But if you go to the stats here and you look, there is multiple types of stats. There's accuracy rate, there's hit rate, and then there's debuff accuracy. So I was trying to figure out with Riminex, we were talking, and we were trying to figure out what exactly is the difference between accuracy and hit rate and debuff accuracy. Like there's kind of three stats that do the same thing, and there's no way to find them out. And that was really unfortunate. So this question got asked, and look at this. Hit rate lets you hit the enemy more and avoid miss. That's what we assumed it was. Accuracy let you hit closer to the maximum damage rather than the minimum damage. So in these MMORPGs, typically you're going to roll a hit between like 1 and 100, for instance. If you have higher accuracy, you're going to roll closer to that 100 more of the time. So effectively what it says here, you don't deal the same damage when you cast the same skill. It's always a bit different depending upon your min and max damage. I'm just going to scroll down here so you can see that. It's always a bit different, and that's what accuracy essentially does. Now, that's not where the roller coaster ends, okay? Look here. This is Danny from the Convergence, who is, he is basically a Marvel guy over there. And what he says is the higher the accuracy, the most likely to deal, which he means more likely to deal critical as well. So this is a very, very different find than what I was expecting. I thought accuracy was going to be actually like hitting the person, not effectively increasing your critical rate as well as your min-max damage. I thought critical rate increased critical rate. So the conversation that I would probably like to have about this topic is there's one in particular, which is that unfortunately the skills, or I should say the stats in the game here, do not exactly mirror what you think they're going to mirror. So the reason I'm getting this video out now is before you go and smash all of your gear into like, oh, I didn't get, crit rate, or, oh, I rolled this, or I didn't get this. We don't know exactly how all the stats actually affect things in the game yet. Riminex is actually working on like a glossary of stats, talking to the devs, trying to actually figure out what each one of these stats do. And I'm coming out and saying, you need to be aware of the accuracy thing, because this is a absolutely massive find. Like you want to actually work on accuracy. And two is that be careful that you don't all in 6-starring gear, all this amazing stuff, when maybe we actually end up needing different stats in the future. Be somewhat careful with your resources. I want to show you here my Spider-Man, for instance. I rode something that I thought was almost damn near perfect. And I'm going to show you this piece of gear. But now that I know how accuracy works, accuracy might actually be a way better stat than we previously thought, as it should increase both your DPS, it will increase your DPS basically is what it does, because it increases your min-max damage, which will obviously increase DPS, but your crit rate. Look, 4 crit rate rows and accuracy rate row. So that's almost like 5 crit rate rows, but then I also get increased DPS because the min-max damage is going to row higher on a baseline. And previously I might have thought, wow, look how close that was to being almost perfect. But now I'm wondering, would I have wanted 4 rows on accuracy rate itself? Because if you actually go and you look at your other pieces of gear, and I think do I even have any other pieces of gear, right? I can see these other type of stats, and I'm looking for guard damage is primarily what I'm trying to find. But if you see something that's like 2 accuracy rows or 3 accuracy rows, and you're thinking about crunching of it, please hang on and wait. We don't know how all these stats work quite yet. From what we understand, the debuff accuracy is actually how often you're going to get resisted. Effectively, that's what debuff resistance is. Hit rate makes it where if somebody's dodging like Spider-Man, you're actually going to be able to hit them. And hit rate is really important, actually, because Spider-Man is one of the only characters, not to talk about dodging too much, but to get into it since it's a similar topic, Spider-Man is one of the only people who can actually overcap his dodge rate, and he can revive himself and increase dodge rate once he revives. If you actually look, I think it's this one here, increases max dodge rate. You can level this 10 times, and his dodge rate can go up to 115%. So you have to roll accuracy again, or excuse me, you have to roll hit rate. You know, it's the stat names are confusing. I'm hoping they re-roll accuracy to some other type of name. But that's how it works. Quick shout out, big findings. Shout out to Reminex. Thank you for clarification on this stat. Keep in mind, though, this is still somewhat speculation because this is from just the dev chat where we're, talking to those people and trying to get a surmise of what's going on. We don't have a formula yet. We're trying to get that. We don't have, the algorithm or the math or anything like that. We don't have the exact breakdown of it. So this is, I would say, 30% speculation, 70% based upon what I'm saying. Again, the information is coming straight from them. It's not like I'm making this up. I had the screenshots to show it. So that's not the stat worked. And I promise you, that's probably not the way most people thought that stat worked. So let me know what you think about that. Let me know your findings because we need to test these type of things out and we need to figure out what each stat actually does. So for me and the Well Pod, thanks for watching this video. Consider joining the Discord. We have an official Marvel Discord for not only the Well Pod, but all the fans of the channel as well. Feel free to join that. Love y'all. Thanks for watching, like, and subscribe, and blah, all that YouTube garbage. But I do want to say we got like 400 subs yesterday, which is insane. We should be monetized by the end of the weekend, I believe. So thank you so much. And again, all that monetization cash going right back into Marvel, okay? And we're going to figure out exactly, we're going to figure out everything about the game I can and be as informative as I can. This channel is going to stick to the vein of information, public service announcements, anything you need to know when it comes to Marvel, okay? Not just entertainment value. I'll try to do that too, but I'm going to try to push the end game and be as informative and helpful as I can and not put out videos that are just filler. That's the plan. Thanks so much for everything. See you on the next one.